Hey guys, it's Ellen. Today I am in a full beat because I wanted to share with you guys springtime scents, specifically from Serge Lutens, the brand that you could wear. I think Serge is like it's a very sort of unique and interesting brand that I really like. It's the brand that I have the most bottles from in my collection. And I think a lot of people think that the scents from this brand can be too interesting, like too unwearable, but I think Serge Lutens actually has a lot of scents that are very easy to wear, pretty good for like the springtime actually, when you're transitioning from the depths of the cold in the winter to the spring. So I wanted to share with you a few scents from them. I don't have all of them with me right now. Some of them are back at they're stored in my parents' home. The first one is à la nuit. I don't know if I have like the paper label, like 50 ml one. I don't know if it's in a bell jar right now, or I don't think it's being made in their like new label bottles. But if you can test it out, I highly recommend you do if you love jasmine. So jasmine, we all know it's like that big white floral. I find à la nuit is it's a very realistic, bombastic jasmine. It's not crazy and Dalek, not like if you've ever tried Lust from Lush. It's not like that. It's like a hint like that, but Lust is like crazy and Dalek. À la nuit just has every sort of facet of jasmine that you can think of. So it smells like very realistic on the opening. You're sort of just like punched in the face with jasmine, but you can smell the petals, you can smell like the full bloom, you smell the little sweetness and bitterness that you get when you sort of dig your nose into like a jasmine flower. And then you also get a little bit of green, like if you can think of the stem of the jasmine flower, it's that little green scent. It's so beautiful for the spring and early summer, and even like when you're coming out of winter and you want sort of a pick-me-up. So if you love jasmine, I really recommend you try to hunt it down, or try to sniff it out. But like I don't know where to find it now. I got my paper label bottle like a few years ago. So if you've ever tried ellyn from Diptyque, it's like sort of similar, but not really. I'd say ellyn is much more like a clean honeysuckle sort of thing. But anyway, so the thing about à la nuit is I find that on my skin it doesn't really last. So it's like a white floral, so it's not really gonna last like that long, especially because it smells quite natural. But it's okay. I enjoy it anyway. The lasting power doesn't really bother me that much because it smells quite unique and beautiful in my collection. It's a very sort of like wow, like beautiful regal scent. So I actually wish I had the bottle on me right now. I want to go like drive over to my home and pick it up. But anyway, I have lots of stuff to talk about and wear these days, so that's fine. I also wanted to mention a scent called Datura Noir. It is I think it's like coconutty. It's mostly like tuberose and almondy to me. And those notes might remind you of some other scents like Hypnotic Poison EDT by Dior, and even to like a small extent Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. So I'd say I personally think that this is like a trifecta of scents. They're all sort of like in the same family. They smell quite similar to me, but they're for different seasons. So when I smell Hypnotic Poison EDT, it always makes me think of winter. It's like a very wintry, sort of root beery vanilla scent. And then when we get to Soleil Blanc, it's like summer. It's very summery, because I think there's like a bit more of like a saline sort of coconutty quality. And then when you get to Datura Noir, it's like, how do I explain it? It's like a very elegant scent. I'd say it's like great for the office. It's not fun like Soleil Blanc is, or Hypnotic Poison. It's much more grown up and very sophisticated and classy and elegant. And I think for that reason, I don't wear it as much as I do those other two scents, just because it's quite formal. To me, it's very, you know, you can't just be like, you can't be silly when you wear that scent. It's quite serious to me. So it's quite gorgeous for the springtime, especially if you go to the office. So I recommend you check that one out if you're looking for sort of like an office type scent, but you don't want to smell like everything else. And if you enjoy the sort of scent profile of Hypnotic Poison or Soleil Blanc, you might like Datura Noir. Yeah, it's like a floral, vanilla, almondy type thing. It's very, very nice. Okay, now onto the scents that I actually have in my possession right now. So I was just waving this one around, so I'll talk about this one first. This one is new to my collection. This is called Fleur d'Oranger. It is, as the name might indicate, it is like an orange blossom, orange flower type scent. It is definitely more like, I'd say it's more orange blossom-y. It's not very like neroli. It's not bitter like, how do I say this? It's much more floral than some of the other scents that you might think of when you think of neroli or orange blossom. So if you've ever smelled Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino or the 4711 cologne, it's not like that, but you can see sort of the resemblance. I find Neroli to be a much more bitter and fresh floral compared to orange blossom. The orange blossom here smells quite clean. It's like a very bright and very like floral orange blossom. You know how some other scents you get orange blossom, but it's like, it's mixed with like a lot of, you know, gourmand elements. Like I think, you know, Memo Paris Sintra or like Love Don't Be Shy has a very sort of gourmand thing going on. It's just like if you take the orange blossom out of there and it's just orange blossom. And it has a slight like watery aspect, but then also the interesting thing in here is that in the beginning it's like kind of, there's like a hint, like a very small hint of this sort of animalic thing going on. It really depends on like my hormones if I smell it a lot or not, but there is a note of cumin in here, which is a note that I like love and hate. It's very, very mild. Don't be afraid. It is primarily a floral, like a pure floral scent. So I highly recommend you check it out. It's not extremely sweet. I'd say it's like a 3 out of 10 on the sweet scale. And yeah, if you like plain florals, check it out. It is, again, it's kind of like a more serious scent. It's not extremely playful. Lasting power is okay. I mean, again, it's like a floral, and on me, nothing floral really lasts. So, I'll talk about another one that is new to my, like a few of these are new because in the past I preferred Serge Lutens like wintry scents, but now I've finally, you know, come around to like summery scents and like fun floral scents in general. Anyway, this one is La Fille de Berlin. It is a rose scent. It is like so rosy. It is really, really beautiful. It captures more the sort of metallic, bloody qualities of a rose, and it has like a little jammy quality as well. So there's not that much freshness. Like, it has a perfumey quality. If you have ever smelled Tea Rose by the Perfumer's Workshop, it has that sort of quality to it as well. I'd say more on the opening. It's like a sort of potpourri type, like, perfumey rose. And then when it dries down, you really sort of get the experience of like wearing this like bloody gothic rose, but also it has like sweetness to it, and it's not like too linear. I wouldn't say it's very linear at all. It kind of transforms, right? You get all the aspects of the rose to it, and the lasting power is quite nice as well. So I quite enjoy this one. I'd say this one is it's better for like before the spring warms up. It's more for like winter to spring, and then in the middle of spring it might be a bit too heavy. So that's La Fille de Berlin. If you really love rose, I recommend you check it out. Next is La Vierge de Fer. This is a metallic lily pear scent, and primarily I get the pear. It's a very shampoo-y scent, very girly, and it has this sort of cooling quality where even though I find it like a very full-bodied, sweet pear, there are like some metallic notes in there that like sometimes stand out to me more than other times, but overall it's very shampoo-y and fruity. I don't get too much lily in here, and some people will get more lily, but it's fruity, it's sweet. I don't know what else to say. It's kind of like, it smells like it could be designer, but like not really. You know those scents that are just, they're like quite mass appealing, but they're not exactly like what you see on the mass market. Like that's kind of like La Vierge de Fer. It's much more approachable, I'd say, than some of Serge Lutens' other offerings. And then these two I've had for like a bit longer. I like wear them a little bit more. If you can see, my collection is so huge. So like this dent, like that's a good dent for me. I'll go with this one first. This is Nuit de Cellophane. It is an osmanthus scent, and again, it's like body wash, floral, fruity shampoo thing. It's, as you guys might know, osmanthus smells like apricots, and this is like apricot-y, but it's still floral. It still retains its floral quality, and it has like this slight greenness to it, which I think makes it feel more floral, rather than just like a pure apricot scent. It's super easy wear, great for like, I don't know, anywhere from like January to June, July maybe. Depends on how hot it gets. I wouldn't wear it in like the extremely hot months, just because I feel like if you wore this, you'd be chased around by like insects, because it smells really good. Yeah, very bright and uplifting, I think. And it's hard for people to dislike that scent, I think. It's a very sort of very beginner, entry-level, niche type thing. The last one, the last one I wanted to mention is La Religieuse. I think this is my favorite out of all the ones that I mentioned. It's so pleasant without being like a very heavy synthetic designer scent. It's so, you know, it's a jasmine scent, first of all, but it's never indolic. It's very, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's just so pleasant. It's like if you were smelling like honeysuckle or jasmine just blowing through the air on like a cool breezy day. Like, that's what this smells like. And it's just like a bit sweet and floral, and it's just so like, it's such a good dumb reach, but you'll never smell like anyone else. Um, so that's this is my last recommendation. I feel like this video has been all over the place. But anyway, those are the things that I would recommend from Serge if you're looking for something for the winter, spring transition to summer, like that sort of time frame. I would recommend these scents. They're all sort of bright and happy. Some of them are more, you know, serious, but none of them are like heavy or anything. None of them are too challenging to wear, I find. But I've been rambling. Right. Take care, everyone. Bye.